So let me invite you all to come onto your back. We'll start on the back today. So find your way onto your back. I hope you have some of your little props around you. Remember, I always say, keep them with you all the time. So have your props nearby. Thinking of doing the camel as well today. So if you have blocks or books or a little chair, maybe a stool, you can have it close to you. We will do the camel today. All right, so you're on your back. Just put up a little something here. Just share with you. So find your comfortable lying down position. Adjust your shoulders, your clothes, your hair. And just try to begin to start in this nice, happy mood. Let's have a little fun today. You know that you can always find that happiness or that joy that is inside of you if we take time sometimes to just stop, to tap in to our internal body, to find that happiness, that place. Because with so much going on around us, I made that decision from the very beginning not to talk too much about it, not to, you know, remind people. I don't need to remind anybody that everyone is in a stressful state. So find that joy and that happiness. We need to realize that the things that sometimes bend us out of shape are somewhat trivial. When you think of what other people are going through or what, you know, what's happening around us. So sometimes we try to focus too much on maybe the little trivial things. So we want to try and let that all go. So I invite you now to begin with a nice deep breath and sigh out. Make a sigh. Big breath in, chest and belly, lift it. And then just let it out with a sound, a nice happy sound. Whatever you need to sigh it out with, okay? So this is how we're going to begin the practice today. On that happy note, always having that in your mind. We need that little boost. We need that energy. So at this time, as you're lying on your mat, focus on what is supporting you, underneath you. Know that you can just be happy to relax all the way down on that support. It's going to support you. It's going to hold you there. So just be happy now that fact that you can take this time for yourself. You can come to this space for you. Lots of people would love to do it and can't. And that you have that support underneath you. So just melt down. As I sometimes say, feel like honey in hot tea. Close your eyes and just focus on your breathing. And I'm going to invite you just for a second here to think back to a nice, happy moment in your life. Think back to something that made you really happy, that pleased you, whatever it is for you. A wedding, the birth of a child, a special birthday, a special kiss, anything at all. Just bring something up for you. And bring a nice smile to your face when you're thinking of that happy moment. Say smiling is good for the skull. So maybe it's many happy moments. You can just go from one moment to the next. Or maybe you want to just focus a moment on one particular really happy moment in your life. And let us try to see if we can carry that happiness through the class today, in whatever we are doing. So continue your yogic breath as you inhale through the nose, feel the belly stretching, feel the chest lifting. And at any time you want to, use that side out. Get rid of all the stuff that is stuck in there. Breathe out. Inhaling deeply. Exhale fully. Now, invite you to lift your arms up slowly and nicely to the ceiling. You can just float them up as if you're dancing on a stage or anything. You know, let's move our hands like we're circling for that wrist joint. We keep those eyes closed, a circle. You don't have to make a fist. Just circle that the wrist, hands for the wrist joints. And then reverse that circle. Bring that movement to close. Spread your fingers really wide. Scrunch them up and make movements for your knuckles. Spread them wide again. And then let your arms travel back behind you. If you can't reach the floor because of maybe tight shoulders, just keep them hovering there a second. And then take them out to the side. Take them back to your side, the side of your body. And then lift them up again, all the way up. Take them back, let them float happily behind you and out to the side. And then when you reach the side of your body, take it in the opposite direction. So you go to the side, up above you there, behind you, lift them, and then take them up to the ceiling and down, float them beside you again, up to the side, around, behind you, take them up and float them down. Sliding your hands out to the side, bring the right thigh to the chest. Let's do that with the hip now. So take the thigh out to the side, circle it around, and bring it back up into the chest. So think about what you're doing, think about your feelings in a nice, happy way. So you start the circle of the thigh with an inhale, and you finish it with an exhale. So after this circle, when the thigh comes back up by the chest, reverse the circle. Inhale to start that circle. Exhale when you're coming around, finish it. So one more in this direction. When you bring that thigh back to the chest, put your hands underneath that thigh and lift it gently up towards the ceiling. So you don't force that knee open yet. Take your time. Your hands are by the thigh to give it a nice little support. Breathing into the back of that leg, inviting it to stretch with you. If it doesn't want to stretch, just leave it where it is. Be happy where you are today. So now we're going to flex that foot, bring the toes down towards the knee. And then point your toes, flex your foot, point your toes, flex and point. And this time when you flex, circle for the ankle. Getting into the ankle, tired feet, and reverse that circle, keeping the leg where it wants to be, don't force it. Coming back to center, spread those toes really nice and wide, very wide. And scrunch them up. One more. Spread them wide. Scrunch them up. Leaving the leg up there. Take a breath as you exhale. You're going to lift up head, neck, and shoulders. Lift the left foot a little bit off the mat, just a couple inches. And then just reach, if you can. One hand can be on the calf, and one behind the knee, or the back of the thigh. And if you want to, maybe you can climb up there, okay? Feel as though you're some little animal up there climbing up that tree trunk. I told you it was going to be a silly happy class today, so laugh at that. All right, and then we're slowly going to release, coming back onto your back. Bring that thigh to the chest. And just slide it out there like a snake. Just slide that leg out there. Ooh, yeah. go for the other side. So your hands are away from the body, bring the left thigh in. Start your circle now, drop the thigh out to the side, bring it around and back into the chest. Inhale to start that circle, exhale to finish that circle. Okay. Keep the breath, breathe, keep it breathe. Okay. Let's bring that thigh into the chest and reverse it. And what I was saying is keep the breath going. Keep that breath. Coordinating the breath with the movement. Okay, when the thigh comes into the chest, lengthen it up towards the ceiling now. Take your time, invite it up there. If it wants to stop, let it stop. You don't have to force that knee open. You can hold it back with the thigh for a little support here. Take a breath. Relax everywhere in your body, no tension anywhere. And let us begin now to flex that foot, pushing the heel up. Point those toes. Flex. Point. Flex. And point. And when you flex the next time, start circling that ankle. Feel and notice. Yes, there's a little sounds coming from the ankle joint. And then reverse that circle. A smile on the face, keep the breath going. Coming back to center, spread those little toes really, really wide. Wide, 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 wide. And scrunch them. Spread them wide. Scrunch them up. Good. Coming back to center, take a breath as you exhale with the head, neck, and shoulders. Lift the right leg up a little bit off the mat. And then you can climb a little bit up. Again, you're like a little something on a tree. Just climbing up that tree. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Slowly release everything back to the mat. And slide that left leg out to meet the right leg. And just roll those feet and legs around. Roll them out to the side and in. Out and in. Roll them up. Take a breath. You're going to walk your knees in towards the buttocks. Roll those shoulders down your back. And walk the heels as close into the buttocks as you can. Making sure that your knees and your ankles are the same width apart. Draw your shoulders down your back. And your palms and your hands are on the mat. Take a breath as you exhale, press down, lifting your spine, your buttocks and spine up off the mat, just halfway, not too far off. Squeezing the shoulder blades back behind you, drop that chin down, just halfway, and slowly roll back down, bone by bone, to the buttocks touches the lats. Again, press down, lift up. Relax, smile to the face. Your bridge pose here and come all the way back down. Take a breath, let's press down and lift up again into that bridge. So pulling the knees out to the wall in front of you or whatever is in front of you there. Lift the hips a little higher this time. Roll the right shoulder down, roll the left shoulder down underneath you. Lift your sternum, your breastbone, and make sure your neck is long, okay? Nice and long here. Right, so I'm going to stay here. Breathe in, lifting those hips up as much as you can. Go to your edge of comfort, that place between challenge and ease. That's where you want to be. Not too easy, not too challenging. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly, bone by bone, roll that down onto your back. Okay, bring the thighs into the chest. Now you have two options. You can roll onto your side to come up into a seated position, or you can roll the back of the thigh and rock yourself up, whichever you choose. We are going to come onto our knees. So this is where you might need. See, I have my little tummy here, my knee pad. on the hair. Sitting back on the heels. I will explain what we're going to do. Maybe 2 rounds of this little flow here. And again, just don't agonize over it. Don't think about it. Just let it happen. Okay, with that smile on the face. So we will lift up. Let me show you first. I'm going to demonstrate. Do not lift up by coming forward with the chest like this, putting pressure on the knee to lift yourself up. You're coming up straight up. So we lift up, hands here, and we come back down, nice and tall. All right, so we'll do 3 of those and then just follow along with it. So let's go, let's take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift straight up, straight up. Lift your hands, come back down. If you want to just try 1 or 2 and then stop and wait on us, you can. Again, up. And down. And 3. And down. Taking this into table position. Coming onto the hands and knees, the table. Take a breath, curl those toes underneath you and push back into downward dog. So it's a nice soft little downward dog here. A nice happy downward dog. Is your dog happy right now? Breathe, drop that chest down. And just feel happy here as you move in your downward dog. You can sway those hips. You can do anything that you need to do. Just play with your dog. Have a little fun with the puppy. Breathe. Okay, let's come back into that table position. And this time you take your right leg all the way out. I'm going to use a block here for my left hand beside the left knee. Slide that right leg back a little bit so you get a nice stretch in the groin here. And then you're not going to be doing a lateral stretch. All you're going to do is take your hand up to the ceiling and lift yourself up. Look forward, look straight ahead of you. Breathe. You can even wiggle that right foot back a little bit more and feel a nice stretch in that groin. So we're straight up here. Deep breath in and out. Come back to center, change legs. The right leg goes out. The left hand comes by your left knee. Pick up yourself, nice and straight. Slide that right leg back a little bit. Inhale, that right hand up. And you're stretching straight up. That crown is reaching to the ceiling. Your fingertips are reaching up to that ceiling. Stretch that back leg. Breathe. Okay, coming back down into table. And back onto the heels. Again. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. 1 more, up. And down. And table. And back into downward dog. Let's take a stretch here in downward dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Onto those knees. Left leg out. Right hand by that right knee. Slide that leg back. Arm up. Stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. So come down. Other side. Take the leg back so you can feel a stretch in that groin. And breathe all the way up. Straight spine. Straight spine. So let's come down. Last one. Back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Straight down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Into table. Left leg out. Right hand by that right knee. Slide that left leg back. Maybe you can take it back a little bit more this time. But take that right hip forward as the leg goes back. Arm up. Breathe. Keep the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Other side. Leg back. little further back this time if you can manage that. Arm up. Stretch. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Down. Let's take a downward dog here now. Nice stretching downward dog. Again, moving around if you need to. Knees can be bent. Touch down. Lift up. Move around in your downward dog. Okay. Take a breath as the exhale comes softly down onto your knees. Let's take a cat and dog stretch here. Move up towards it, halfway up the wall or what's in front of you. Stretch that spine. Breathe. Exhale. Reverse it. Roll that tailbone underneath you. Pushing the spine up. Inhale. Reverse it. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Work it. Exhale. Okay. You're coming to sit on the mat with the legs out. And I invite you now to sit to the back of your mat. We're going to do a bun walking. So let me just demonstrate it because we haven't done it in a little while. Some of you might know it already. So the feet are like hip width apart. Try and sit up nice and tall. And this is what you're going to do. Bam, bam. Because I'm happy. Right to the back. And then you go back. Woo. Let's do it. Okay, so let's start. So we're at the back of the mat, at your own pace, at your own time. And let's go. And if you want to hum something happy and nice, please go ahead and do it. Let's go. Stand happy and reach in front of my mat. Yay, and back. Woo. Onward, Christian soldiers. Woo. We're not marching toward, right? And again. Forward. Work those hips. Work those thighs. Work those arms. And back. Laughing and happy and nice. Woo, woo. Are you getting there, ladies? Are we getting there? One more set. Forward. Go. Slide. And back. Let's go. 2, 3. Is everybody laughing and smiling at this one? Yay. It's a new yoga manual. It is, it sure is called fun walking. I suggest that we lie back for a second, bringing the thighs into the chest. And just say, I'm happy. Happy, happy, happy. Okay. All right, let's come up again. Preparing to do the camel pose. So we're coming back onto the knees. For those of you with knee issues, make sure you use your padding. You can use blocks, books. Remember the block has three levels. This is one level here. This is another level. And this is the high level. So high, medium, low. You can put the blocks to wherever you want them, behind your feet here. Some of you might not want a block, it's mountain, or a book. And make sure that the feet same distance as the knees again. Use my palette. My mask is a little uncomfortable. All right, so to prepare for camel, lift up that sternum, drop the shoulders down, make it nice and long. Put the heel of your hands by your waist and the fingers pointing down towards the sacrum. Bring your elbows in towards each other, lift up your spine and go into a slight back bend. Now, another note here. You can squeeze up your shoulders to make a little pillow, for your neck when you're doing this. And you may open your mouth to breathe through the mouth. So when you come into this back bend, take your hands and push your hips slightly out and just stay here. Back to center, release the hands. Okay. You choose to do that again and stay in that first position you made, or we can go into the full expression. So the full expression, you can curl your toes underneath you and reach for the heel, or you can turn your blocks to whatever height you would like them to be. So here now, we're standing on our knees, nice and tall. Take a big breath here, bring both arms up, circle them, reach for either the heel, or if you have your block up here like this, you put your hand there. Now, from here, you want to push those hips forward. Don't lean back into this and put pressure on the knee or the thigh. So push those thighs forward. Take a breath as you exhale. Lift up your chest. You can take your head back if you don't have neck issues. If not, just take the neck and just a nice soft gaze out there in front of you. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. And if the neck is back, breathe through the mouth if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. The head is back, slowly and carefully. You can use one hand behind the skull and just have that head back up. Release the block. And your counter pose for this is child's pose. So go back into child. We're going to do this one more time. But take a break, go into your child's pose, rest your back. If you do not feel like doing this pose again, it's fine. We're happy today, it doesn't matter, right? So you can stay in child, or you can just sit this one out, whatever you feel like doing. Child's pose is a nice resting pose. So you're all in child's pose now, Navasana. And just take a breath. And feel how nice and happy and safe you feel in your own little space, in your own thing. Forgetting about everything else right now. Okay? All right, let's come up back. We do this again. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale around. Maybe you want to experiment with something a little bit different this time. Maybe you want to hike the block. If you want to just hold it. Whatever works for you is fine. Now, once you get there, notice the hip pushes back towards the heel. Take a breath, and as you exhale, push your thighs and hips out to what is in front of you. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Want to protect the back. Lift up your chest, lift up your spine, nice and high. And you can choose to stay here, or you can take your head back. Now, what we're going to do, has anybody ever seen a camel swim? Take your right hand up to the ceiling, circle it around, take it back, hold the block. Left hand is swimming, camel is swimming today. Laugh, everybody, laugh, and just let go and enjoy. So what? People have never seen a camel swim. Let's be happy today. Whoa, let's keep swimming. Neck bothers you, just look forward and swim. Use those arms, warm them up. And swim. Keep the hips pushed out. One more set. Right hand. What stroke is this? Back stroke. And left hand. So come back into the expression of the camel now. No more swimming. And then slowly and carefully come out. Your blocks away. Move. And let us come into puppy stretch this time. So in puppy stretch, on the knees, walk your hands right out to the front of your mat. Way out there, way out there. Push back now so that your forehead on the top of your head touches the mat. If it's not touching, put a little cushion or a block or a book. And let your buttocks stick right up in that air.
So we're little puppies here now. What do puppies do? They wag their tail. So wag it, wag your tail and laugh. Chuck, Stephanie's laughing at me. Yeah, you laugh at me. So let's wag our tail and our puppy stretch today. And you know, the tails go around and around and around. So you could try that. You know, like you're doing little circles with the buttocks while you're in the puppy. And you can reverse that circle. Circling that buttocks, feet in the shoulders, in the lower back. And let's just come into puppy, straight puppy. Breathe in, breathe out. Press, walk those hands out there. Press into the palms. Buttocks stick up in the air. And you're breathing. Okay. Begin to carefully slide your hands back. And this time you're going to open those knees a little wider. Let your big toes touch. And take the buttocks back to the heel now for child's pose. If your forehead is not going to touch the mat, you can do your 1 potato, 2 potato. Or use a book, a block, a cushion, whatever. You can also use a cushion under your chest. And then you're going to take your hands behind you. Put the back of your hands on your soles of your feet. And let the shoulders just round forward. Breathe. In. Exhale. To bend down. If you feel that release happening, don't hold it back. Just let it hang, let it release. Okay, slide your palms by your shoulders and begin to slowly pick that chest up. Okay, coming up. Turn around here. One more little silly one here, and then we're going to stand for a couple poses. So if you can, come into a squat position here. Up. So you take your elbows and push your knees apart and come into prayer position by your heart. Now, if this is not available to you, sit on your book, your block, whatever works for you. Sit on something. All right? Close your eyes now. And breathe. Deep breath in and out. Open your eyes and see if you choose to do this, you can. If not, you can just make your way into a standing and wait for us. I know that some of you will find this challenging, and some of you might find it silly, and some of you might be okay with it. So what we're going to do now is let the hands go, and we're going to walk. Walk, and walk, and walk, and walk. And go right around in a circle. Really do walking. Woo. Walk. And come back. I'm not going to let you reverse it. All right? Just come back to where you were. Taking the arms again, pushing the thighs away. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down, close your eyes, breathe. Good. And take the hands to the mat. Come into a forward fold. Meet your feet towards each other. Take hold of opposite elbows and let your head relax in the middle box that you formed with your upper arms. Good. And slowly round down your way to standing. Okay, everybody, I'm happy. All right, so come to the top of the mat. Hands on the hips. Take a breath, settle yourself, take a moment. Breathe in. Nice breath there. As you exhale, step your right leg back. Bend into that front knee. Fold forward. Let your chest rest between probably to the side of the thigh. And then if your left foot is in front, take your left hand and hook it underneath the left thigh. So you're the back of your knee and the front of your elbow. That elbow crease is in line with each other. Press the hand up into the thigh and the thigh back down into the hand. Engage that thigh muscle. Take the other hand to the base of the spine and just let the head hang. Let it drop all the way down. Maybe you can look to the back of that, your back of the mat. So you're pressing the left thigh, the back of the left thigh into the hand and the hand up into the thigh. Breathe. Good. Release that. Turn towards the long edge of your mat. Hold forward. Take one of opposite elbows. Let your head relax in that box again. Let your knees bend. Let your back relax. Let your back be happy. Breathe. We go from here to the other side. So you're turning your right toes out and your left toes in. Facing that right foot now. Take the right hand on the knee. So the hooks of that elbow part there is in the back of the knee. And to take the other hand, you can do the other hand and draw it forward. Hand, your left hand behind you. Drop your chest and your head all the way down. Press into that back leg. Take your arm and push it up into the back of your right thigh. And the thigh presses down into that hand. Feel that stretch, that strength that we're made of. Inhale. Exhale. Take a breath. Returning to the right toes. Turn to face those right toes. Inhale your arms up. Steady yourself. As you come up, facing that right thigh. Check it with the hips. Inhale those arms up. Take a breath. Take the hands behind your head. Press the back of the skull into those hands. Lift up your spine and come into a strong back. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten that right knee. Release the hands. Fold forward in pyramid. Left hip comes forward a little bit. Take your forehead towards the knee. For the next thing, nice and long. And then turn to the side edge of your mat again, long side, and let's go for the other side. So turn to the left toes, the right toes come in a little. Lift yourself up carefully. Bend into that left knee. Press into the outer corner of this back leg here. Inhale those arms up. Stretch. So take your upper arms into the sides, that by your ears. Interlace the fingers. Bend the elbow. Take the hand back. And then press the back of your skull into the hands. Lift up your chest. Right up. Lift it up and then slide back down. Look up at the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing. Use that breath. Really helps. And release. Come forward into pyramid. You can drop the back leg in a little bit. Stretching down so that you're not overcurving your neck. From here, step back into downward dog. Take that tailbone. Press the chest towards the thigh. Knees can be soft here. And if you can sink your heels towards the mat. You do not have to force those knees down to press into the mat. Please don't do that. Just that intention of pulling them down to the mat is enough. Breathe here, shoulders down. Look up between the hands, step, walk, or jump. Just come to the middle of your mat, in fact. Come into a flat back. And round all the way to standing. 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale those arms up. Exhale and down. Okay, one more pose here, standing on the mat. And we do our dancer, Natarajasana. So you might want to hold on to something for this. I'll just remind you that this one is the one where you're going to take one leg back in your hand like this, and you fold forward. So if you need to hold on to something, go by a piece of furniture or a chair or something. So we're standing in mountain. Parallel your feet. Press all 4 corners of the feet into the mat. Engage your muscles around your knees. Pull them up. Thigh muscles. Suck those thigh muscles back to the bone. Right back. The pelvic floor muscles back and front. Knitting and drawing up a bit. Now, find something down on the ground in front of you. Maybe about 5, 6 feet away from you. And stare at that spot. Use a nice soft breath. Remember now that we're out on that stage. All the lights are on. We have a nice audience clapping you, ready for you to dance. Jeffrey said, boo. So, sorry to distract you. Climb at that spot. Stare at it. Press over more into the left foot. Raise your left hand up to the ceiling. Bend your right knee and let your right hand receive that right foot. Keep staring at the spot. Don't splay your knee open to the side. Knees are not to be splayed open to the side. Lift up nice and tall. Take a breath, go into the second stage. Begin to hinge forward from the hips. Stretch that left hand out and turn the palm down. This is the second stage. The third stage, push the foot back into the hand, and that action is going to lift your right thigh up a little bit higher. So this is the third stage where you can push the foot back into the hand. Make sure you don't lift up that right hip too far, though. You do not want to hurt your back. Drop that right hip down. Breathe. Remember, you're dancing, you're on a stage, so we don't want to be hurting ourselves here. All right? And then to come out so we can get a nice clap from the audience. Oops, what's going on here? Come out very gracefully. Up. And release. Don't be like me. I'm the one who got the booze. I was falling out of it today. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. All right. Other side. All right. Other side now. So again, press into the feet. Engage your knees because I know we've lost all of that. Thigh muscles, pelvic floor, sternum lifted. Press over into the right foot this time. Raise that right hand up. Find that spot out there in front of you. You can squeeze up your big toe into the ground or the mat. Bend your left knee and let your left hand receive the foot. Take a breath. You can choose to stay here. If you want to go on, hinge from the hip. And this is the second stage. Notice that my knee is not plain open to the side. Third stage is to push the foot back into the hand and you just lift that thigh up higher. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. And to come out, Lift up gracefully and release everything. Good. Shake it out. Right. Go down onto our tummy. Come towards the back of the mat. Onto the knees. Walk down onto your tummy. Come up onto your forearms. Elbows underneath your shoulders. And as you press down into that pelvic triangle, draw your chest through the hands, push it through the hands. Let your neck be nice and long, shoulders out, way down your back. Stretching, feel the stretching in front of the body and feel it in the muscles on either side of the spine. Lower down onto your chin. Let's go for cobra now. So slide your hands by your shoulders. You can widen the feet a little bit away from each other. Tuck your elbows in. Pressing into that pelvic triangle. Take a breath as you exhale, push down. And begin to take your time to lift yourself up. Tuck your elbows in. Draw those shoulders down. Neck is nice and long. Breathe. And slowly lower down. Make some adjustments if you need to. Let's go up again. Take a breath as you exhale, push down, lift up. Try to get the shoulders into your side body. Breathe those elbows into your side body. Get your shoulders down. Breathe in, breathe out. It's actually very good for the abdominal muscles as well. You notice when you put in the length in the front of your body, you're contracting the back muscles there, strengthening up those back muscles. And slowly do it, lower down. Bend the knees when you wipe the feet. And press up. Push back, walk your knees in. And let's come to sitting. So if it's comfortable for you to sit in a cross-legged position or whichever way works for you is fine. Just make sure that you're comfortable and you're breathing. And guess what? You're happy. Oh. So take hands behind you. Move the flesh away from those sitting bones and plug them in. Lift your sternum. Just close your eyes for a moment and focus on the feelings and sensations of how you are now. Probably a little bit different to when you came on the mat today. Try not to figure anything out, change anything, and try not to judge anything either. Take a breath as you exhale, drop your chin softly to your chest. Pull those shoulders down. Tip the right ear over to the right shoulder. Pick up your right hand and rest the palm on the left temple. Just a little gentle stretch here. Dropping that left shoulder down a little bit more. Breathe. Sending that oxygen into that tight neck. And then carefully release the hand. You know that you can take that hand and help the head back up if you like. Relaxing that hand in the lap. Take a breath as you exhale, drop the chin to chest. Keep sitting up tall. Take your left ear to the left shoulder. Pick up that left hand and take the palm across to that right temple. Drop that right shoulder down. Lift that sternum and breathe. Again, just focusing on the sensations on the right side of the neck. Sending that nice, cool, healing oxygen in there. Get rid of the tension on that right side. And then carefully release the hand. You can have the head back up and hand back in that lap. Breathe in, breathe out. And open your eyes. I am going to demonstrate the lion pose. And that's not fair because you're seeing me and I can't see any of you. So let me just demonstrate it for you. You can do it two ways. You can stay sitting
in your comfortable position. Some people like to do it back on the knees like this. Right, I demonstrated on the knees. So what you do, turn a little bit to the camera. So we take a breath in and we breathe out. Then as you inhale, you're going to lift up. Start to lift yourself up on the inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to go. And then you sit back down. Okay, so the inhale is lifting you. And the exhale is your roar with the fingers that paws of the line out here. Okay? Try to get that tongue way out of that throat. Stretch it out there and make that noise. It's excellent for the throat. If you're not choosing that position and you want to sit and you're cross-legged, you can do the same thing. So you inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to. All right, so you can choose that sitting position. So get yourself ready. Close your eyes as if you have to. Nobody's seeing you, so you can keep them open. But just relax for a moment. Don't think about anything. And see if you can really get that roar going. Okay? Maybe people inside your house will come running to see what is wrong with you. But if they do that, just look at them and say, guess what, guys? I'm happy. I'm great. Go away. Leave me alone. All right? We're going to do 3 of these. Okay, folks? So let's begin. If you're sitting like this, or the other way, it doesn't matter. Take a nice big deep breath in first. And breathe out first. So we'll begin. As you inhale, lift up. Exhale. And release back to where you were. That was 1. Prefer it this way. Close your eyes. Let's take a breath before we do the second one. If you feel give your lights heavy and you don't want to do them, you can stop. So we're getting ready for the other one. So as you begin to inhale, you'll start, arms out. And you release that down. Take a moment, keep the eyes closed. Breathe in, breathe out. And as this is the last one, see if you can really exaggerate this now. Take that the biggest breath ever. And so that you can, and when you breathe out, you're really stretching that tongue out. Let's go. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Okay. All right, turn around and find your way back onto your back again. Come down onto your back. Head on the mat. Right? Try to let the head be on the mat, off the mat behind you there. Shoulders away from the ears. Bring your thighs into your chest, so give them a little hug in. Not to be a very serious hug, it's a nice, happy hug. You bring the thighs into your chest. You can't do a nice happy yoga without happy baby, right? So let's go. Take the leg up, keep the knee bent, both sides, draw them down. You can choose to hold the heels or your calves or anywhere that works for you. So take a breath as you exhale, draw those thighs and those knees towards your mat. And be a happy baby now. Let's move around. You can bring one leg out, one in, other side. Do what feels right for you, but enjoy it, folks.
Enjoy your little happy baby. Maybe you just want to stay in stillness and feel your lower back and your hips being very happy now. Inhale. Remember the side. How about a nice side out? Side all out. You can move around. Stretch those legs. And then slowly bring the legs back in together. Draw the thighs down towards the chest, and then take your hands out to the side. We're going to do a twist now. So drop your thighs down to your right side or left. Doesn't matter. We're doing both sides. Whatever's just natural to you now. You can take that upper body and the head slightly over to the left side and organize up your shoulders and your arms. Just bring your attention to your shoulders. Relax those shoulders. If one is hanging a bit, then put a little towel or something under it. Close your eyes. And just let go now. Let go. No tension. No holding anywhere. Let go. Big breath in. Big breath out. Again, you can do anything you like with that right hand. Maybe you want to draw one of the knees or both knees further up towards you. Maybe you'd like to stretch out that top leg. So play with the pose, play with it, have some fun with it. Turn the head up now. Top leg comes up, bottom leg follows. You may shift your buttock slightly over to the right as you drop your thighs over to the left or the other side you're doing now. And again, you want to just organize your upper body. Bring that smile to the face. Let go and release. No tension anywhere. Play with this side now. Maybe the arm bone also on top of the thigh to press it down. Even more the twist. Maybe that top leg wants to stretch somehow. Maybe you don't want to do anything at all. You just want to stay in the twist. Bring the nose up, top leg comes up, bottom leg follows. Roll right back over onto your back. Bring the thighs into the chest, take them up towards the ceiling, give the back of the knees a little stretch. Release them, and then stretch your right leg and your left leg out. Stretch your arms overhead, give yourself a nice stretch here. And release the hands back to your side. So get ready for a little relaxation. Fix up yourself, make yourself happy on your mat now. You maybe want to push it under your knees, maybe you want one behind your head. Sliding those heels away from each other. Tucking the chin ever so slightly down. Ever so slightly. Roll your shoulders down your back. Palms are straight up, open. Take a big breath in and sigh out.
make some sounds. Oh. Allow that to let you sink a little deeper into that support. Releasing any tension around the jaw joint. Relax your cheeks and your nose, your eyes, your forehead. Relax your neck and the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, wrists, palms, fingers. Relax the chest, the belly, the hips, thighs, knees, ankles, feet, and toes. Just bring your attention to your breath, your natural breathing right now. Notice a pause at the end of each exhalation. Allow your body to rest there for as long as it needs. That stillness between breaths is very, very helpful. Very good. Allow yourself to relax. Slowly begin now to awaken the body. You may begin by deepening your breath. Perhaps breathing yourself to stretch. And if it feels right for you, you may roll onto your side and just hug yourself in the fetal position. Pressing into the top hand, extend that top leg and slowly make yourself back into your comfortable seated position. Take the hands in prayer position to the heart or just leave them in your lap. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be well. May we all be filled with loving kindness. And may we all be happy. Adiom. Shanti, Shanti, peace. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.